Hello and welcome to today's reading for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine and the current union energy going on for your twin flame and spiritual journey. And today's reading is focused on the Lion's Gate portal. Part of me feels kind of funny saying that, like, ooh, a portal. But it is something that a lot of people are into. And so I think it's interesting to do a reading specifically on that, see what comes up. And yesterday's reading was also kind of like focused around the energy of the Lion's Gate, so you can check that out. And I also did a reading on the Twin Flames Universe channel, so I'll link that above too. I'm checking my timestamp now so I get that right. 8 is in numerology associated with balance, the infinity sign. So really about bringing, deeper levels of harmony into your life. And so what that can mean, though, when you call that in, is that the things that feel out of harmony can feel really, really out of harmony. And it doesn't need to be, a crazy thing in your face, but it can be more of an inner feeling of like this thing that has been this way is suddenly really bothering me because it's out of alignment. And I barely noticed it or cared before. So that's a blessing, if that happens, because it means that you're coming into deeper harmony and just like able to say no thank you to the things that just don't meet that requirement of going deeper with balance. And we're also looking at the Leo season with the Lion's Gate, and that's really heart-centered, really about, sharing your divine light from a very individual kind of place, or even, from the place of your union too, so you can look at your union as an individual as well, and that unique energy that you are as the divine feminine or divine masculine. And there's also a lot of solar plexus energy as we're focused on the sun. Leo is ruled by the sun, and so is, I don't know if I'd say the solar plexus is ruled by the sun, but that's what that chakra is associated with. And so that's very much like your powerhouse center. And so this can be a really good time, and it actually might be something you're just doing without even, having put all this together, just kind of naturally doing it, but really calling in your abundance on a deeper level and that vibration. And so it can directly translate to your finances or abundance in other ways, or sometimes abundance in other ways you don't realize how it is going to translate to financial abundance in the future. So make sure you don't cast aside those things in your life that are really important to you and feel like spiritual investments, because as you go deeper there, those are the places that will support you. But you also need to, of course, be supported right now. So just feel into how that all plays out for you. And don't be afraid to call it in, don't be afraid of your true divine self and everything that you are worth. And it's okay to go to those places that feel uncomfortable and claim your full value there too. Think about the lion and how majestic of a creature the lion is, and that's like that kind of energy that we're working with. And also the Star of Sirius. The Star of Sirius is what the Lion's Gate is also based on. And that's like the brightest star in the sky. So that should tell you something too. This is very much about shining your light, and also, creative energy as well. So let's get started with the reading. The first card I want to look at today is from Notes from the Universe on Abundance by Mike Dooley. And this is kind of a more life purpose oriented card. And so I thought that'd be nice to like kind of tie it together. And we're looking at the very center, of union consciousness here in this reading with this card. So let's take a look at it. Oh, well, let's look at the back. I mean, maybe you're already looking at it, but let's take a moment to appreciate how pretty this card is, because that also has to do with the meaning of it. So make sure you can read it yourself if you prefer. Really and truly, money just isn't that important. Now, before you have a conniption, by all means, pursue it, spend it, and roll around in it, but just don't let it become how the rest of your dreams will come true. I know how, just dream your dreams, the universe. So this is a really important note from the universe on abundance, and I mean, it really does tap right into that vibration that I was speaking to of your spiritual wealth, and your like, how are your dreams gonna come true? We do often, it's like, well, this can't happen until I can buy this and this and this. Well, how can you make something happen right now in your life? What is it that you're putting off that you could actually do now from where you're at? Maybe you're being too much of a perfectionist, like you're waiting to start your YouTube channel until you have the perfect camera. Well, you have a phone, so look at the people with millions of subscribers who just started out using their phone or whatever they had around. So yeah, whatever it is for you that is that thing that you're kind of holding on to this ideal about, could even be, your one true love and going deeper on your spiritual journey, and you're waiting until, you have the money to get a facial every week because you don't like the way your face, your skin's too dry to be in front of your one true love, two lovers. Yeah, so no, then go buy some French clay in bulk for I don't know, $5 or $10 for a whole big bag of it, and make your own face mask and moisturize afterwards. Actually, that might not be the best thing for really dry skin, but it's just an example. It can be exfoliating. I really love the French clay, but anyways, it's all one thing. Your dreams coming true are dependent on you choosing that and moving forward in that direction, however best you can right now. Maybe how the best you can right now is to take a nap because you're just, you're so tired. You've been working all week and you think you should be doing more to achieve something, but if you actually just rested, then you could get 3 times as much done tomorrow, or even just attract more opportunity to you because you're in a more balanced state. So it's really just dependent upon what you personally are being called to do to cultivate, dreams, your desires and dreams into your reality. And so yeah, money of course is involved in that, but money isn't just like your twin flame or, even your life purpose, what you're doing, your career. Also, money is not the thing that will bring you happiness. It's really the divine. And so the divine does come through and provide wealth to you, but you need to develop your relationship with the divine in that place where you're looking outside of yourself instead for just, the cold hard cash. And that's really how everything feels without God. It feels that way. And it might of course satisfy you in the moment, but then you haven't really built anything real, and you're going to at some point have to develop a relationship with God anyway. It'll be uncomfortable for you not to. So you don't need to wait any longer to go deeper there, and you very well may already be on that path, but it's just something to explore even deeper still with those places where you're holding on to certain ideas of how your wealth is something outside of you and that you have to pursue it from that perspective. And so as you let go of that, things will be uprooted, of course, but you will have your needs met, and as you build your foundation, then all of your dreams and desires will also be attracted to you. Like, you'll attract that into your reality because that's the kind of life that you are supporting and calling in. And you're also saying, yes, I choose to serve from a balanced place. I choose to love the world from a balanced place. Which also speaks to Venus moving into Cancer, by the way, which is a very like nurturing kind of love. It's been in Gemini, which is a lot, about communication, and we had retrograde Venus and Gemini there too. So something to keep in mind. That just switched like yesterday. And so, yeah, very kind of different loving quality to that cosmic shift, we'll call it. So, okay, let's move on to the Divine Feminine. I have some really nice calcite. Why am I forgetting? It's pink calcite anyway. There's another name for it. Oh, I think it's Mangano calcite. I think that's what it's called. Anyways, I love this stuff. So this is a Moonology card by Yasmin Boland here. So let's see what we have for the Divine Feminine. It's time to take action. Hello, new moon in Aries. And I do believe the moon is in Aries today. Well, let's just like take a quick moment here. I can double check and confirm. Yeah, the moon is totally in Aries. So, perfect. Yeah, it's not a new moon, I don't think. But, yeah, because the full moon was August, or definitely not. So anyways, but yeah, it's time to take action. And you could see how I did that just then, actually. Like, instead of, like I had a moment where I was like, I don't want to give the wrong information. I'm pretty sure I just read this, but it would feel really good to confirm. And it did take an extra moment for me to do that. And it did feel a little bit like, is this how I should be, engaging with you in this reading? But yeah, it actually felt good to take that action and to get clear there and to like provide that kind of, confident information, like that qualified information to you. So what is it that you can take action towards qualifying in your life? If there's something that you're pretty sure of, but you're not certain, or you need to get clear, or, you need to do something related even to creating balance in your life, which is related to the theme going on now, then just take the action. It could be something simple like taking out the trash now instead of tomorrow, so like these little things that you do, these seemingly little things, can really make way for just attracting more good into your life, because that is how you shift your vibration with all of these choices that you're making. And if you're just making the overall choice to feel good and to move towards love, that's perfect. And then you're going to find all these places along the way where you need to, make other choices that align with that choice. And so it's just a process. So yeah, it's just safe to do that and to trust yourself, and also trust how you're being led by the divine too. Good. Nice. And it's passionate too. That Aries energy is passionate. So let's move to the Divine Masculine's card. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. So yeah, the Divine Masculine is focusing, like for him, his way of balancing is more in the releasing side, and the Divine Feminine is more on the doing side. So this is releasing negativity also equals releasing control. So like if there's something that you're trying to control as the Divine Masculine, like a specific outcome to something, or again, themes around abundance and how it is that you receive your abundance, how it is that you are in this world, is not something that you need to get outside of yourself. It is truly about loving yourself. And so yeah, just letting go of those experiences too that no longer serve you. You don't need to hold on to something that isn't in your highest interest, like the energy of it, you can let it go. And this can be also related to past relationships. And when I say relationships, it doesn't necessarily mean romantic. It could, but it could also be family and friends or anything else. It could also be like a false life purpose, or even just, a career or job you had before, things around that. So yeah, just going deeper with living your life from a very heart-centered place, and being able to share your true self from there and feeling good about that. Choosing to be received. And so you can see how both of you can hold space for each other, the DM and the DF. So now we have some animal cards here. And then the last card we're going to pull is a crystal card to tie it all together. So these are the Divine Animal Oracle cards by Stacey DeMarco. And for the Divine Feminine, we have the Lynx Secrets. Ooh. This animal is so cool. And look at her mask. I love this card. It's really cool. And it's number 2, which of course is related to union and basically that love. This is about going deeper into those places where you have perhaps been holding on to something that feels like it should be a secret, and to taking action towards living a life where you're letting the divine into all of those places, where you're letting love into these places, and you're not holding any part of yourself back from being seen, and you're realizing that anything that you think shouldn't be seen, it's either something that is an illusion, and or there's a gift within there. When you do the mirror exercise, when you go on the hero's journey and you end up in that place within, then that's the place where your treasure is as well. So there's something good here in self-discovery. And it's also about your connection with your one true love, with your twin flame, with the divine, like your unique connection. It's not necessarily that is like a secret, but it's something that you share with your twin flame, and no one else really, no one does share that same very specific connection, in that way. You both vibe together and choose as one at the core and are one consciousness. And so that's unique, right? Of course, you're gonna relate to other people very similarly in a lot of ways to how you relate to your twin flame, but you're not, like, other people don't have to make the same choices as you. So they may vibe out of your life, or you're gonna work with people and they're gonna have like different ideas and perspectives than you. But when your twin flame does, it's really about healing into your one perspective. And you can look at it as the whole world too, like healing into like the one consciousness of us all. So of course there's like a microcosm and a macrocosm here to your personal union, but the romantic aspect remains, between you and your one true love. And that's a really beautiful thing. And it's also safe to go deeper with claiming that energy and sealing off any energy leaks. I think this card also speaks to that. So taking action there to really close off energy leaks. And leaking your energy can look so many ways. It can look like, feeling angry about something in your reality instead of doing something about it. And sometimes you have to feel through that anger to get to like the thing that needs to be done to change the feeling. And it can also look like, you're like having a hard time connecting with people properly, especially if you have any kind of trauma. So sometimes when you close off connecting with people in certain ways, your energy is actually leaking in other ways that you may not realize. So it's something to really pay attention to and to go deeper with, and just keep healing there. Have compassion for yourself when stuff keeps coming up. And know that if the same theme comes up and you already healed it, you're just like moving on to the next layer of it. And so it's actually like a positive thing. It doesn't mean you just like are stuck in the same place, you know? As long as you're choosing to heal and taking action as represented in the last card, you're just doing fine. So keep on chugging along like the lynx. And the Divine Masculine's card is the seahorse. I love seahorses. They're so cute. Number 14. So yeah, equality. So you can see the woman and the like, I don't know, like a Viking dude. The ocean. And so yeah, this card is very much about the Divine Masculine, just claiming his whole self, you know, like his sensitive side, his strength, his power. So just like everything, and understanding, you know, how his union fits into the equation and how his spiritual journey fits into the equation. And I mean, this card is also just about balancing your life, right? Like it's equality. So it's like, where is there inequality? Where am I like acting out inequality in my life, and where am I feeling it within? And just recognizing that you have the divine power to make a new choice there, and choosing to make it, and then moving towards that, and having compassion for yourself when, you know, there is something presented to you that you didn't realize, or that you had a hard time with, and just choosing more discipline or more nurturing, or both, in those places when you do notice these things about yourself. And yeah, so just continuing to choose that, continuing to love yourself, and continuing to also love the divine feminine equally as well. So yeah, and that also goes for other, of course, other relationships in your life too, right? Like, it's safe to love other people. Of course, we're just not like loving people other than our twin flame romantically, because you can't anyway. I mean, it doesn't actually like feel good. And you know, you like whatever kinds of relationships or anything you've been in, like it's all leading you deeper to your one true love. And so it's safe to also recognize that, and like just, you know, choose harmony and balance there. Choose to embrace the lessons that you've learned, and to grow from everything and expand into peace in those places, you know, where you didn't maybe understand something or whatever. And yeah, just, you know, choosing your divinity, choosing that you like have your place here in this world, and you have your place also in your union, and it's perfect for you. So let's move on to the very last card. Oh, the reading is almost over. Okay. Interesting. Zebra stone, compassion. This has to do with animals as well. So if you have animals in your life, it might be something to pay attention to. And this is also, of course, the Lion's Gate portal, as has been mentioned. So that is an animal. Not a zebra, but a lion. And, you know, you can see like how these kind of, really interesting creatures, these really like beautiful creatures are related. And there's something about friendship here, you know, compassion, and choosing to be your own best friend, and choosing, you know, friendship and kinship in your life, choosing kindness. Because the energy of this Lion's Gate centered around power and the solar plexus and the sun, it can feel off balance when you're feeling a deficit of compassion or kindness. And so there can be like more authoritative issues, or, you know, something around power, right? And so this is a reminder to root down into that, you know, really compassionate part of yourself, and take some extra time, energy, you know, just like to really like fill your cup in that place for yourself first and foremost, with God, like bring God into that place with you, and just have a lot of compassion for yourself and whatever it is you're doing and have been going through, pursuing, on your spiritual journey up until this moment right now. It's safe to really, take a moment there and recognize yourself. And then it's so much easier to recognize the others and have compassion. And, compassion can still mean just like a boundary or like saying no to something. But it can also mean saying yes. It can also mean, choosing to connect with someone. So it's really about what love is calling you to do, but it's going to be much easier to kind of answer the call of love when you do feel balanced and rooted down in that place within you that is really calling for radical acceptance and just for your full awareness, within. And that's why animals can be so wonderful, because they can really show you that, like just through their innocent cuteness a lot of the time. Or, I don't know, like if you've ever gotten upset at an animal, perhaps they've done something like, it's like, why would you do that? Cat, like, I don't understand sometimes with my cat, why she's doing something, but I know it could be to test a boundary. But then I also know that like a few minutes later, she kind of also gets it and just continues to love. She doesn't stop loving. She has her moments. And so like my cat has really taught me through that. It's like, if you're going through something and you have a moment, there's no reason to like let that moment overtake you and think that that's like who you are. If you're choosing to really continue and progress on your spiritual journey, then that's what you're choosing, and it's safe to fully embrace that and know that those moments are really just you uprooting, all of the things that have been out of alignment. And so it can feel, I guess, like intense or something, but it doesn't have to. But if it does, it's okay. And you are gonna keep feeling better and better. And so it's a time right now to check in with yourself and your vibration and see what really does feel better and good right now than it did, a year ago, 2 years ago, a month ago. And then check in with anything that is feeling, again, like since you're going deeper with harmony, that's feeling like, oh yeah, you know what? I can't put up with this anymore. This is not in alignment with my vibe at this time. It was okay at one time and now it's not. So yeah, that's gonna conclude the Lionsgate portal reading. And technically the portal, well, I mean, I don't know technically, I don't know who decides these things and how, to be honest, but it's open until August 12th. And so, it's like that specific energy I was speaking to, like themes around that that you can look for. And but today's like the peak, and the numerology is pretty cool. So yeah, there's no reason to not embrace those themes if they resonate for you. And I hope you enjoyed. Hit subscribe if you haven't yet and you want notifications for readings when they're coming out, and check out the links below as well. I offer intro sessions for both a half hour and an hour, and of course readings, and there's also info down there to help you go deeper on your spiritual and twin flame journey that you can check out as well. So yeah, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Love you. Take care. Bye.